All right, we'll go ahead and call the December Planning and Zoning meeting to order. First item is to approve the November minutes. Is there a
So
motion?
moved.
Second,
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Did you say nay?
I said aye.
Oh, okay. Okay,
I'm gonna abstain.
okay.
You could say nay if it makes it better for you.
Okay, we got 6 ayes, 0 nays, and 1 abstain.
All right, well, that passed. All right, next item is the staff report. Jack, what you got?
A couple of things just to give you updates. The Fairview Townhomes project is now complete. All 64 units are final inspection and certificates of occupancy have been issued. And many of them have been rented. We don't know the total number of rentals. And then we did receive the first 2 permits on Clay Creek Meadows, the first 13 single-family detached houses on Lake Meadows Drive. We got the first 2 applications. Brandy's working those through her systems now. Phase 2, they've got the roads in. There's going to have to be a correction. We've got a sag issue that's causing water to puddle, and they're going to have to tear out some curb and fix it. And then they still have to redo the overflow basin at the Diamond Crest lift station. Once those 2 items are completed, they'll be ready to get their final plat recorded on it. Along those lines, the purchaser of all those lots is the same one doing all the other stuff, but they have submitted an application for the site plan review. So that'll either be in January or February. We're still trying to work through that process to make sure we have all questions answered. But it will be in by February for sure before you all. Several other things are kind of rolling around, but nothing definite, so it's not even worth throwing out there that we've got stuff going on. And they're still making progress across the street. So I think it's dried in on the roof. They've got windows to finish, but the roof I think got done today. So that's all I've got unless there are questions.
Any questions for Jack? All right, thank you, Jack. Move to item 4, election of commission officers. So with John Wallace leaving, we have a vice chair spot open. So is there any motions for
Nominations?
nominations?
I'll nominate Terry.
I'll second. Terry, would you be okay to do this? Okay.
Rob got his chance last week. Last meeting.
Okay.
I got all I needed out of it.
All right. Alderman Wilson,
Aye.
Billy,
Aye.
Rob,
Aye.
Deb. Aye. John,
Aye.
Mayor.
Could vote no and still get it. I nominated you, so I guess
And do I call Terry? I don't remember.
he can abstain.
Okay, okay.
Typically, they can abstain.
Okay. All right, then we've got 6 ayes, 0 noes, and 1 abstain.
All right,
We have a new vice chair.
new vice chair is here.
Make sure John has a pulse every couple of weeks and you'll be good.
Don't say that.
Every day.
yeah. Yeah.
Every couple of weeks.
Okay, next item is public hearing for the preliminary plat Lakeside Farm subdivision. At this time, the public hearing is now open. Jack, would you like to kick it off?
Yes, if I could, thank you. Just to make some clarifications, this is the same thing you all approved last December, the preliminary plat portion. which was revoked in May because of construction schedule issues. They couldn't proceed. So we needed to pull that off because they had a development agreement. And it had a whole lot of balls in the air that if they couldn't do the project on schedule, it would cause us other issues, primarily with the Wildflower Lift Station. Subsequent to that, the applicant came back with a new proposal for the development agreement. And I want to, two things. You were given a development agreement in the packet, and you have another one on your desk now. The one that's on your desk now is the corrected version. A couple of things, and I'll go through what the changes are and how that happened. So that because the development agreement allows you to make determinations on the items in the next session, or the next item on the agenda, specifically as it relates to the guidelines for review. So first off, the original version from last time had a typo error as it relates to the lot numbering. It did not have lot number 21 numbered. It went 20 to 22, and it showed 245 total lots. And we thereafter based everything on 289 units, even though there were only 287 units. So all of the other numbers in the agreement needed to be changed to reflect that two difference in it. All of the new versions that you have been recalculated. Various and sundry things. So first, in the old one, whereas clause 1 had the 289 dwelling units with density of 3.61, the actual numbers is 287 dwelling units for a density of 3.59 units per acre. The second big change is in the sanitary sewer paragraph 5. In the previous iteration, you may recall, it involved that this development would replace the Wildflower Lift Station and take it out of service, drain it to a new lift station at the south end of their property through a 18-inch interceptor that's part of our master plan. And that 18-inch gravity interceptor is a impact fee project. So as a part of that agreement, they were given credit for the cost associated with that. Based upon that, the total estimated impact was that 82.8% of the impact fees that they would have paid on sewer on these 244 lots would be able to go to this impact fee project, leaving them 17.2% to pay for the rest of or all of the lots as they went forward. So instead of paying $3,079, the current price, they would have been paying $529.59 per unit. With these changes, they're no longer going to be doing anything associated with Wildflower Lift Station. They're doing their own. It's only going to handle their own waste. And they are working with our Public Works Department to be able to get that finalized design. But with that change, this new development agreement deletes the impact fee project completely and the associated reduction. And it only has its lift station. Wildflower will be handled by the city again. And then the development will then be responsible to pay all of the impact fees on sewer instead of getting the credit. The next big issue is paragraph 6 related to parks in both of them. In the first one, we went through, it had all of the numbers, and the big picture is they were going to donate 1 acre to the city that's adjacent to Wildflower Park. And it would be an addition to Wildflower Park, so it would get 100% credit for that 1 acre. They have a 10-foot trail along Eagle Parkway, and they would get the full code offering on that, the code allows a 12-foot wide easement to be granted for the full length, and then that totaled 15,240 square feet. And then they had a private pool. And based upon the then size of that private pool and how it laid out, they were going to be getting 34,136.5 square feet credit, which is half of what the total lot size was. All of that credit, based upon the formula for 289 units and all that, was 13% of the total would actually be dedicated. So they would then owe the remaining 87% of their park fees. In talking with the Parks Director and the Public Works Department back then and now, the north edge of this property, it's about 1,320 feet up to 188th Street. And if they are willing to, and they've agreed to it, but to construct the trail extension that what they have to build on their own from there all the way up, as a part of phase one, then they will get a credit for that on their park fees that they have to pay as it goes along. That distance is 1,320 feet. At 10 foot of concrete, we calculated 13,200 square feet. And the credit at $10 a foot gives them $132,000. Based upon it, all of the numbers back then, they were going to be paying $87 a unit afterwards if they made all those construction changes. Excuse me. The current version is a little less because it's 287. So we use that number to work our way through. And they did make a change on the private pool lot associated with how it lays out, so that they could get, and it required a little more land. They made it work such that they would get 35,117 square feet. It bumps up the total creditable, but because we're talking about such big numbers, it's still 13%. So it didn't make any change to the 13% credit, so they still owe the 87%. However, the total payout went from 157 and change in the old one to 156 because of the two less units. They would still have to pay the 543.75 if they didn't build that trail, the offsite trail. And if they built it, they would still have a balance of $24,056 divided up by the 287 units. It leaves $83.82 would be their park fee. And that fee is paid when they record a final plat. So as they move forward, assuming they build that, they're okay. Those are the differences in the previous agreement to this agreement. Some of the things that I wanted to highlight that are staying the same, it's still an obligation, is on the streets and traffic. The traffic study indicated that they would need to put in a traffic light at 188th Street at 169. And the trigger is 61 units. So they get to build 60 and don't have to put the light in before they get issued a permit for the 61st house. They have to put the light in. That's in both the old agreement and the new agreement, no changes. That came from MoDOT, FYI. Also, the stormwater stays the same. Everything is identical. Like I said, the only change that was made was a slight variation in the size of tract A and tract B. So it doesn't impact any part of the stormwater study. So everything in that is still good. I'm thinking there was one other item, but I don't, for whatever reason right now, I can't catch what it is. But they have the traffic covered. They have the stormwater covered. They have updated the parks with an option to give us the connectivity we're looking for to get trail all the way to 188th Street. And then the sanitary sewer is subject to their final design and being approved for a new lift station down in the southwest corner. Everything else is in your packet with these changes to the development agreement. So I'd offer the staff report, the new development agreement for actual evidence in this public hearing. Excuse me.
Okay, any public comment?
Did-
Did you walked in and if you want to speak?
Yeah, I'm David Horrocks. On this, I noticed that
Can you
they're
say your
doing
address as well? I'm sorry.
18405 North Main. I noticed on there that the deal they sent me, it shows the lots are smaller than what Wildflower, is that Wildflower is that's called back there? I know
To the north,
Yeah, to the north. I noticed those lots are smaller. I mean, smaller than those ones, so that's gonna add a lot more traffic, I know, right there, so. That's one thing I was worried about.
Yeah, and I think he addressed it right with once they hit that
You
61
brought that
number.
up, Jack.
yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah.
And FYI, the zoning on this is appropriate as it is. It was approved last year as well for the R1D and the R2 areas in their overall conceptual plan. And to the extent that the lots do not make a change, the zoning it's in compliance with the then zoning. So they've got, I think the average lot is 55 foot wide for the single family. The duplex lots are a little.
Okay, we'll go ahead and close the public hearing. Move on to item number 6, Lakeside Farms preliminary plat. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
All right, Jack, I don't know if you have anything else to add.
Just to highlight, the guidelines for review are provided. In order to get it on one page, I changed the font size. I apologize in advance. I see a lot of glasses on most of us, but they haven't changed. It's the same ones we've used for the last 12 years, so. And staff's recommendation, as you saw in the report, is that it complies with everything that we've asked for in its recommendation of approval.
Do we have any discussion? Seeing none, let's vote.
Okay. Mayor Boley,
Aye.
Terry.
Aye.
John,
Aye.
Rob,
Aye.
Billy.
Aye.
Deb. Alderman Wilson. Aye. 7-0.
This item will go to the Board of Aldermen at the next meeting with our new council. This will be, no, I take that back. This one's a preliminary plat, so it can go by a resolution. All final plats in the future will have to be by ordinance on advice of our new council. So those will change how that gets to the board a little bit, but we still do preliminary plats by a resolution.
Okay. Next item is to adjourn.
Second,
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
no.
I got you.
Yeah.
We're adjourned.
Yeah.
Too far away, I can't.
You have a leg up?
This is the same
I
one
was
that
trying to
was.
see.